Hey, how's it going? I am so excited that you are here for this masterclass, How to Create Customer Attracting Content That Makes You Bank. Now, before we dive in, I just have to ask, how many of you have attended other trainings or webinars before? To be honest, I have too, and I actually resisted creating this masterclass. I wasn't going to make it because I've been to so many webinars and trainings that were just full of fluff and heavy on the sales pitch, and most made me feel really icky and just wanting to take a shower after. Right? I'm sure you could relate to this. But here's why I made it. Because I remembered that my life was changed with one webinar. And this masterclass could be that for you. On April 1st, 2014, I watched an hour-long training, along with thousands of other people, about building an online business. And I filled page after page with notes, I declared my goal, I invested in myself at the end, and took massive inspired action. But that wasn't everyone's story. There were so many people there that day that made this mistake, that just collected more information, but didn't implement, and so they never got their businesses off the ground. Because here's the secret, believe it or not, success has nothing to do with what you learn, and everything to do with taking action. So today you have a choice. You can show up like the thousands of people who half-watched trainings, like those from 4 years ago, while flipping between your Instagram feed and answering emails, or you can decide to take this training as seriously as I did back in 2014, which led to me going from barely scraping by as a bartender to building a high multiple six-figure business. So you are in the right place if you're an online coach or network marketer who is ready to build a thriving personal brand and community online, but you feel like you're yelling into the newsfeed with no real strategy on how to stand out from the crowd. You are in the right place if you're an online coach or network marketer who is fed up with chasing recognition and hustling 12-hour days on social media and living out of your inbox with little to show for it, including time with family. And look, if you're not 100% there yet with the burnout, how long before all of that kicks in, right? You are in the right place if you are an online coach or network marketer who is ready for a less all-consuming way to attract new customers so that you can finally prove to your spouse that you can make this work and that all of the time away was worth it. It's time to let that person in your life see your vision. So, this masterclass is not for you if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme and you're not willing to put in the work to accomplish your dreams. This masterclass is not for you if you don't like asking for help and you think you have to do it all yourself, because here's the thing, what I'm going to share with you today is going to go against the grain. And if you think you already know all the answers but you don't have the results, do you really know what it takes? If you're not open to try something new, this isn't for you. This masterclass is not for you if you're the type of person that gets offended or complains if someone like myself gives an hour of free training and then makes an offer at the end, because I am going to give you 60 minutes of free action-based business building content, and at the end I will be talking to you about an incredible opportunity for how we can work together so that you can really master this. Does that sound good? Okay, if you agree, then let's continue. Lastly, this masterclass is not for you if you're a Nigerian prince who would like me to wire transfer $1 million to a remote bank account. Just no, right? Okay, so what would a social media account filled with engaged customers and prospects look like for you in your business? If we haven't met before, my name is Jen Casey, and I've been known by many as the go-to business strategy coach for online coaches and network marketers who want to turn their social media into sales. And that's because as a multiple six-figure course creator, I've coached thousands of women in my programs and community, and through my podcast and spoken on stages about sales and marketing, and I've been featured in some of the top podcasts in the business space. And I share this with you because there are a lot of people online making promises and throwing around numbers. And I want you to know that you can trust that everything I say and share today is not theory or fluff. It's practical, easy to implement strategies that are based in psychology, tested, and proven to work by myself and my clients as well. Which means if they can do it, you can do it too. Someone like Kristen is a great example. She is having fun in her business now and getting referrals. She said, I'm speaking to my tribe and can 100% be myself. Before, I wasn't sure who I was speaking to, and I felt like I had to be this perfect image of health and fitness in hopes of finding the right people. Now I am in massive creative flow and having so much fun connecting with these women who just get me and I get them. The referrals from these ladies is crazy. Mind blown. Pretty cool, huh? By the end of this masterclass, you will know the top 4 biggest myths around building an online coaching business, those things that are keeping you from making bank, how identifying your business sweet spot will have new clients asking, where have you been all my life and how do I sign up with you? Like, please, take my money, take my credit card. Why your content isn't generating engagement, and the number 1 type of content you need to be using to create connection and increase profits, and why posting on the fly 3 to 5 times a day and selling in every post isn't generating sales and could be the reason your business isn't growing faster. So hang out with me until the end because we are going to be talking about how you can get your hands on these 2 bonuses. The first one is IGTV like a boss. Plan, record, and execute content that grabs attention on IGTV and makes you more binge-worthy than Netflix. Oh yes. And the second one, IG stories that stop the swipe. The step-by-step tutorial on creating Instagram content, plus my favorite apps to make your stories pop. So IG is where it's at these days. They're coming out with so many new things, so I'm excited to talk to you more about these incredible bonuses. They are game changers. Okay. So before we dive in, quick note, the most successful entrepreneurs have a pen and a piece of paper. They turn off any distractions, and they ask questions during Q&A. So we're going to be doing that at the end. If you've ever hit your breaking point, where you felt like quitting, then chances are you can relate. So here's a picture of me, dissatisfied college grad with a vision. So I was working as a bartender and waitress, and on Easter of 2014, when I asked my manager if I could go home, he told me to go scrub the base of the bar. And that's when I hit my threshold, and the chorus of voices in my head was like, now, do it now. And yeah, I'd almost quit so many times before to pursue my online business full time, but I always found a logical argument to continue serving chicken fingers and Heinekens. But what I've realized is those voices are fear clothed in logic, and so it's easy to get tricked out of stepping into your greatness. But thankfully this day was different. I jumped without a net because I knew big things were on the other side of fear. I had no idea quite how big. I had no idea that I would be here with you 4 years later sharing this story with you. And whenever I share this, I can't help but wonder, where would my life be today if I hadn't jumped? How different would it be? Would I still be serving French fries and fireball shots? So maybe you are in a similar place right now. And I'm not talking about the restaurant. I'm talking about the crossroad between your life and your business. So let me know in the comments. Give me a 1 if you're like, yep, this is me. This is where I'm at. I am ready for the next level. Even though this was 2014, I had actually started my very first online business in 2011, and I was riding the struggle bus. Because here's what happened. Signed up for a network marketing company, started doing health coaching 2011, and I had the usual entrepreneur expectation. I was like, cool, start a business, share my link on social media, make $1 million. Boom, done, I got this. I can do this. But the reality was, start a business, share your link on social media, and launch to a symphony of crickets, freak out, consume 40,000 hours worth of YouTube videos, podcasts, all sorts of trainings, decide laundry doesn't matter because your followers can't smell you anyway, download 120,000 freebies, open none of them, have your email inbox looking like a freebie graveyard, rock in the fetal position, realize you haven't eaten or peed or talked to a human in like 3 days, more coffee, continue to try and do and be all the things, realize you were making it way harder than it needed to be, find your thing, break through, and make money. So my why as a coach is to be able to take all of those middle steps, all of the chaos and the confusion, and give you a simplified process so that you can go from start a business to break through and make money faster than ever before. Does that sound good? Yeah, I don't want you to have to go through all of that crazy stuff that I went through. You don't need to. How would you rather run your business? A is DIY Pinterest fail Ariel, and B is Ariel the professional. Here's the deal. I was DIY Ariel. I was A. And I was dealing with some major burnout. I mean, that girl there, she looks like she's been listening to back-to-back-to-back podcasts for like the last 24 hours. She hasn't stopped. Right? Yes, exactly. So yeah, my business in the early days was pretty much like this cake fail because I was trying to DIY it. I was trying to do it all myself. But thankfully, as I started to really step into the role of entrepreneur, I learned that I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. I could learn the right steps from the right mentors, take out the guesswork, and get the results I wanted faster. Because it's not just how you feel in your business, it's also how it looks. Which one would you rather present to your customers? And if you were in the customer's shoes, which person would you rather invest in? As a consumer, you have a choice, and your customers do too. So back in 2014, I was growing my health coaching business, and my online groups were a total mishmash. I was just trying to sign anybody and everybody. It was in a total lack mindset. I was like, I'll take what I can get because people aren't coming as regularly as I want them. So in my group was like the college-aged vegan who didn't like exercise. I was like, well, how do I lose weight without exercise? And then this like finance professional who went to my high school who really wanted to bulk up. So he was always asking me about like different whey proteins. I was like, I don't know, bro. And then there was an emotional eater who couldn't seem to get over her demons. And it was just all these different people needing all of these different things. And there was no cohesiveness. So not only was I running around like a chicken with my head cut off, but they weren't connecting because they weren't part of the same tribe. It's like the movie Mean Girls when they walk into the cafeteria and everybody's sitting with their peeps. And that's not a bad thing. Our vibe attracts our tribe, right? So I remember thinking to myself, how in the heck can I possibly create content that's valuable to all these people? It's going to take all my energy, right? I was trying to be everything to everyone, and it was straight up exhausting. And then I found my niche accidentally, and my business did a 180. But I didn't realize what I had done differently at the time. And I remember thinking, why am I able to close sales so effortlessly, but others struggle to sign a single customer or client? What's different? And that's when I discovered the secret sauce that every single coaching business needs to be successful. And I got excited about the business. So I left health coaching and network marketing. I stepped forward as a business coach for health coaches, and I created my dream offer. And fast forward to today, I'm the host of the Social Media to Sales podcast, multiple six-figure course creator, and what I'm most proud of is the hundreds of success stories from my students, like Sandra, who found her niche in leadership. She said, I had reached quite a bit of success through network marketing, both income-wise and through rank, but I felt stuck. I had taken all of the network marketing trainings. I had done paid trainings, but yet there was something that was missing. Since joining up with Jen, I've got a business that I absolutely adore. Her story absolutely blows me away. She got so much clarity in who she wanted to serve and speak to. And so did these other incredible women. And seeing their success is part of my why. It's why I want to show up every single day. And here's the truth. These ladies did it, and so can you. The step-by-step process I'm going to teach you today is 7 years of experience condensed into 4 key areas to create a clear brand message and a strong online presence that sells. All you have to do is follow the recipe so that you don't end up like crazy looking Ariel. And keep in mind, knowledge is potential power. Inspired action is power. Growing a business requires work and some time. However, you are the only thing standing in your way. Perfectionism is the enemy. So I encourage you to lean into possibility. So let's dive into the 4-step framework. So number 1, the very first thing is, what's your expertise? Now, basically, when I say, what is your expertise as a coach, this is really the focus topic upon which you are going to build out your personal brand, your content, your coaching programs, and services. Now, most coaches say, but I'm not expert enough. Who am I to step forward and say that I have a specific niched area? But you say you're not expert enough according to whom? Who says you're not an expert? What qualifies someone as an expert? And if you're watching right now, I'm curious, do you feel like you have an expert? What makes somebody an expert? Do you have to be a doctor? Do you have to be the top of your class? Do you have to have 70 plus years of experience? And that's what a lot of people think. But if that were true, if you needed to have all these certifications and all of this experience, then the only people giving away advice or getting hired in any industry would be the top Ivy League graduates of those areas with decades of experience. And we know that's not the case. Those are not the only people being hired. You have clients right now who you've been able to help in so many amazing ways, even though you're just you, right? And think about it. Would a pregnant mom take advice from a mom with a 6-month-old? Yes or no? She totally would, right? Why? Because she's successfully achieved a certain result with 6 months of recent newborn experience. And that's actually, in a way, more valuable than somebody that gave birth 20 years ago, because everything that's happening now is what she's experiencing. So is it possible to still be on your journey and help somebody who's a few steps behind you? Yes, of course. In fact, they may relate to you more because you are closer to where they are. So, quick thing on this. I am not saying to offer a service in an expertise that you do not actually have, right? So if you're not an expert yet, then this is still really amazing to be able to clarify this for yourself, because you can now say, okay, I want to be the go-to expert in thyroid health. Well, if you don't have those certifications or things that you maybe do need for coaching in that area, then you can create a plan for developing your expertise and really start showing up today by contributing to the conversation. You don't have to call yourself an expert if that feels too much. Like you're just helping people. That's what you're doing. Now let's talk about imposter syndrome. Like give me a yes right now in the comments if you're like, OMG, this is what I have been struggling with. Imposter syndrome. It is a psychological pattern in which people doubt their accomplishments and have a persistent, often internalized fear of being a fraud. It's like, dun dun dun, I'm gonna get figured out. And then people are saying, who am I to claim this expertise? Who am I to be that person that steps forward and puts myself out there? What if I get on live video and people start telling me I'm a liar? And how dare you talk about this? And how dare you say keto's the best way to live? Keto's garbage, right? Like there's so many of us that are silencing our message because we're afraid of trolls. We're afraid of them trolls, right? And we don't, yes. So he said, last thing I want to do is come off as fake. But what would happen if you did step forward in your expertise, in the thing that you're so passionate about, and really, truly started sharing it? What would happen if you did? Because we sometimes make these big stories in our heads that all these terrible things are going to happen, but a lot of times that's not really the case. Right? What if it's amazing? What if people start sending you messages saying, thank you so much for being that person that finally spoke my truth? So I ask you, why not you? Why not you? Yes, Ashley said, the trolls are not my people, and I don't even care. Bye, girl. Yes, yes. And you know what I love about trolls? I'm like, bring it on, trolls, because when you are trolling on my post, you are telling Facebook that my post is getting more engagement, and then my tribe is going to have my back and they're going to go and comment on it and be like, goodbye trolls. And now Facebook is pushing that puppy out into the newsfeed and it is helping me rank in the algorithm. So you just love on your trolls. The trolls are the best. And like when you have trolls, like, you know, you're really stepping into something that is bigger, right? So with all of this in mind, you have a choice. Option 1. You can hide behind your certifications or your company's brand and stay super duper general vanilla in your messaging so that no one ever challenges your point of view and overall go unnoticed. Or option 2, you can identify your business sweet spot and stand out and have new clients asking, girl, where have you been all my life? Like, how did I not find you? And I have to tell you, this happened to so many of my clients once they step forward. They're like, oh my God, like this is what I've been missing. So you guys want to be option 1, hiding, or 2, stepping forward? Let me know in the comments. I'm hoping that you're number 2. So yes, heck yes, number 2. Okay, so moving right along, the second step of this 4-part framework is, what is your niche? What is your niche, or niche, as some people say? I like niche. So when we are looking at this, when you're looking at your niche, it really is, okay, good, I'm seeing so many 2s come in. I love it, I love it. So your niche is relating to products, services, or interests that appeal to a small, specialized section of the population. So what does that mean? Well, basically in a nutshell, most coaches that I talk to believe, they say, you know, Jen, I have to market to everyone because everyone needs what I sell. Who's felt that way? Like, but I can't just talk to like pregnant moms, or like I have to talk to everybody. Like I have to go talk to the guy who's going to go buy Red Bull at 7-Eleven and tell him that like I have the best thing for his energy. He does not need to drink Red Bull. Like he needs this packet of like amazing stuff. It's going to change his life. Right? So many people say I have to market to everyone because everyone needs what I sell. Right? So let's think about this for a second. Planet Fitness has increased their total revenue for 2017, their revenue from the prior year, by 13.7% to $429.9 million. So can we just all agree that they are a successful company? Right? Would you agree that they are a successful company? Right? Now, Planet Fitness, guess what? They know their niche. They've got a niche because they publicly exclude who they don't want by saying that there's a lunk alarm, that $10 membership, that Monday is pizza day, that you can't do any deadlifts, no string tank tops, no grunting, no dropping weights, no work boots, no jeans, and on and on and on. And they've got a niche. So let's ask then, if staying general and marketing to everyone was the key to profits, wouldn't the generalists be making bank? And wouldn't places like Planet Fitness be broke? So let's look at this. If you are online and you're scrolling your newsfeed and you're looking for a business coach, a relationship coach, a life coach, a health coach, and you scroll by Health Coach A, let's go with this one, and they say, I help people live healthy lives. I'm like, that's lovely. And that is probably accurate to what they do in a nutshell, but it doesn't tell me what problem they solve. It doesn't give me that clarity around who they're really speaking to. So they are not niche down. Whereas Health Coach B is a health coach who's a niche specialist. And their sign outside their door would say something like, I help emotional eaters lose the 50 pounds and find food freedom. So if I'm somebody that's looking for 50 pounds, if I'm trying to get off 50 pounds, who am I going to, A or B? I'm going to go to Health Coach B, right? And maybe I'm a bikini fitness competitor who's ready to go and get my card. Am I hiring Health Coach A or Health Coach B? Guess what? I'm hiring neither, because neither one aligns with the problem that I need solved. So basically, my point here is Health Coach A is going to be hard pressed to find people banging down their door because we don't really know what they do. And this is something that I see all over social media. So we want to get clarity around who you specifically want to serve so that when you hang your sign outside your door, people know exactly what you do. Yes, I love seeing all the B's come in. Like Jessica, when she found her niche, she 4x'd her monthly income. So she was struggling to make money online. The most she had ever pulled in was $700 a month, which was kind of a fluke. And last August, she was at 4 times that with one-on-one discovery calls lined up. And she was only working 2 to 4 hours a day. And she used to think, wow, are the only people making money online the people who are like coaching other coaches? But she is a life coach for a life coach helping women manifest the love of their life. So we got her super, super niche down and boom, 4 times what she was making as a general relationship coach. So this is one of my favorite things here. I was doing a training for a network marketing team, and one of the girls who was the leader of the group, she said, I know guys, like just trust the process of niching down. Because here's the thing, you know, when you niche down, I know it's scary because it's like you have this big ocean and then all of a sudden you have a smaller ocean when you're niching down and you're using a smaller net. And I said, girl, thank you so much, because you just illustrated the number one myth that people have about niching down. And I said, the truth is, when you niche down, it is like casting with the right bait. You are reaching out to you are calling to a smaller group of people, but you still have the whole ocean, and you're just casting with the right bait. Like, you would not try to catch a shark with a piece of shrimp, because it's not going to bite. And then I said, better yet, niching down is like having a dog whistle that only your dream clients can hear. Those dream customers, those people you love working with. When you start speaking to their pain points, they pop up. They're like, whoa, let me stop this scroll because that resonates for me. So it's like having a dog whistle that only your dream clients can hear. Because the truth is, if you are speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. And real talk, do you actually want to work with everyone? No, you want to work with your people. You know you have some people who you love working with, right? So you want to work with them. Common struggles of an unclear niche, where people are inspired by you, but they don't buy. Or you struggle with content ideas. You're like, I don't know, like I want to get on live video, but I don't know what to say. Like I don't know what to talk about. Or you have inconsistent income, right? So do you see how without having a clear niche, you're actually leaving a ton of money on the table? Do you see that? Like if you just get clear about who you're speaking to, boom, people are gonna be like, yes, sign me up. And here's the truth. Niched experts can go deeper in their content because they're not trying to solve everybody's problems. So that's your content on social media. That's your content in your programs as well. Niched experts get featured. When I'm looking for people to bring on my podcast, I want to know what their specific area of expertise is. And I've had people pitch me and they're like, I'm a mindset coach. I'm a health coach. Great. What's your specialty? And they can't tell me because they don't know. And so then I'm not sure how it's really going to serve my audience or if it would. And niched experts can charge a premium. Think about it. If you have to get open heart surgery, are you going to a general doctor who does all the things for everyone? Or are you going to the highest paid cardiologist who is like the ninja in that area? Like you're going to that person, right? So I want to share with you Nicole. She is a network marketing ninja, and she was like, it scared the heck out of me to niche down. That everything she had learned in network marketing was that she could work with everyone. And now she's like, I see the bigger picture that, yeah, I could work with everyone, but I don't have enough energy to do that. And not only was she able to take the skills that she was learning and bring them back to her team, but she was able to change the entire direction of her organization because she got clarity on this and got everybody moving in a much better direction. So if you want to create deeper connections and more brand memorability, that brings us to step 3. What is your story? What is your story? And I'm here to tell you that every single one of you have a 6-figure story inside of you to share. And I don't mean a story where you talk about how you've made 6 figures. I mean a story that by you sharing it is going to have people banging down the door going, how can I work with you? And they're going to create that amazing connection with you. Now, most coaches will say, but, you know, Jen, I don't have like a story. Like my life is just regular. And they see all of these people talking about how they were homeless or how, you know, they were broken or how someone passed away and they had these like really traumatic, tragic things. And so they say, well, my life's just regular. I don't have a story, or my story's not good enough. But an Eskimo might say the same thing because you are in your bubble. You are too close to your own world. You're too close to your own story. It has become your norm. And I remember I had one of my friends back in college. I grew up on Long Island, New York. So out there, it changes quickly from the city all the way out to where it looks like a completely different place. There's rolling hills, or not hills, but like rolling pastures and whatever. But in the area where I lived, it was a little bit more like suburbia. And I said to her, so what do you think of Long Island? And she was from Vermont. And so she said, I was from Bethpage. And so she said, there's a lot of parking lots. And I remember being like, what? There's a lot of parking lots. That's what you saw? But she was from Vermont where there was so much greenery. And where I was, it really wasn't anything so special. It was a lot of like Applebee's and TGI Fridays and hula hands. So, and guys, just so you know, I will be sending out a replay. I wasn't initially planning on it, but so many of you, oh, so funny, Seifert. So many of you guys were asking about a replay. So I'm going to send that out for you, but please hang out and chill till the end, because I'm going to be sharing some special bonuses with you at the end. So you can only get those if you're on live for this. So you want to be able to see the world through the lens of someone else, because when you look at other people's stories, right, and you read them, you're like, wow, that's amazing, because you're too close to your own stuff. So I want to ask you, think about it. What have you successfully overcome? And what did you learn from those experiences? Because not only do you have a story, probably several big life-changing stories that you can share on a stage one day in front of 50,000 people, but you also have stories being created around you every single moment of every single day. You're just not thinking about it from with a content eye. So let me give you an example of a micro story that is business related and personal brand relevant for me. So I, back in October, went to an event and I said, introverts at events, me, conversation. Did you guys need to emotionally prepare yourself before this networking party? New introvert friends. Oh my God, yes, right? Hashtag I love people, hashtag but my energy gets drained. So I was able to take like a 2-second thing and turn that into a little tiny piece of micro story content. Here's another one. This is non-business related, but it is personal brand relevant because I want to let people in on who I am. So I said, I love when my mom calls and leaves a voicemail telling me who she is, what time she called, and says, I have a question for you. Give me a call back when you get a chance. And I'm like, I'll take what did we do before text messaging for 200? Like, Mom, you don't need to like leave a voicemail saying all that stuff. But this did so well. People were stark laughing. Like, oh my God, it's so funny. And it lets people in on a little bit of who I am as a person and my family dynamic, right? So it's building my personal brand as a personal brand. And here was another one. Again, kind of non-business related. I said, when I was in LA at this loungy dancey club, the Joe Jonas of the Jonas Brothers showed up, and while dozens of girls swarmed him, I fell asleep in the chair next to the bathroom. I was really jet lagged, and I also don't really like get that excited about celebrities. So like, you know what I mean? So I think sharing these little stories, like these are happening around you all the time. It's just about becoming aware of them and looking at everything that's happening in your day and saying, how can I turn this into a piece of story content, right? How can I start using this? And some people are like, well, I don't want to like share stories, but think about how you preferred to learn as a kid. So a lot of times it was where we'd be reading from like a really stinky, smelly textbook. Remember how they used to smell? They were like kind of like moldy, kind of dusty, but you kind of liked it at the same time. Right? Or B, it was like you would see the TV slide into the room and it was like, yeah, like woohoo, like we're going to get to like watch a movie today. Right? Because a lot of times the movies that they shared had more story content. The textbooks would have been great. I would have been fine to read. I like reading, but they didn't tell story in a captivating way. It was just like, let me give you all the facts. So especially for those of you who are like, oh, I'm a health coach. Like I want to teach people about like adrenal fatigue and like give them all the science. I'm like, yes, teach them that. And also include stories so that it's more captivating and engaging for them to listen to. And realize that stories are a vehicle for learning, and stories evoke emotion, which increases memory and recall. Memory and recall. Our brains forget things unless they go into our short-term memory. And if you want something to go into long-term memory, where it actually gets stored permanently, a process called encoding needs to happen. And encoding only happens when something occurs for you where you're like, wow, I need to remember that, right? So when you can use story in your teaching, it helps increase memory and recall. So stories are a must. They must be part of your content strategy if you want to create a memorable brand. And I did an amazing challenge the other day with some story stuff. And Emily, she was like, I just want to say how eye-opening mastering story has been. She was going to go out for a run and just post something, whatever, and then decided to put a story in it. I had 4 people reach out to her in 30 minutes saying, you get me. So like, that's just the power of story. Right? And here's one of my students, Kenna. She gained more followers and had more engagement as soon as she started using story, like more than she had in 3 months. in 24 hours. So only use stories if you want to create connection and brand memorability. Like, you totally don't have to use it, but like, if you want a better social media platform, then you should probably use story. Okay, so step 4 is, what is your content strategy? What is your content strategy? So most coaches will say to me, well, Jen, I don't know. I'm trying to be on all these platforms and I'm trying to post everywhere and I'm just posting, 3 to 4 times a day. And, I need more content so that I can get more followers. And this seems logical, right? That more equals more. Does this resonate for you? But does more always equal more? Right? Does more always equal more? I mean, anybody who's been to like a bachelorette party and had some tequila, like, you could probably tell me with some certainty that more does not always equal more. Like, more tequila does not always mean more fun. Like, there's definitely a tipping point. So let me ask you, have you seen on social media people using the same strategies that you are, but getting bigger results than you? Right? So you're like over here, like burnt out, hustling Ariel, and their businesses seem like it's like all together. It looks so profesh, but you've learned the same quote unquote strategies, maybe from a health coach certification program. Maybe you did the same training program. Maybe you're in the same network marketing company and you're like, what friggin' gives? Like, we're using the same strategies, but what's the missing link? And here's the truth. Great content needs context. And your context is this. It's who you are marketing to, your niche, the problem that you solve, your expertise, and your brand message, your story. So the reason that those people are getting better results is because they maybe intuitively have clarity over this, or maybe they've worked on this. Some people accidentally fall into this, and I've had top ranking network marketers tell me, oh my gosh, I didn't know how I was doing it, and I didn't understand what the difference was between me, result B, and my team, result A. Like, why was I getting such better results with them? And it's because they found their niche expertise and knew how to tell their story intuitively. But you don't need to fall into it and wait for you to accidentally come across it. Right? Because when I'm talking about context, like knowing who you're speaking to, think about it like this. If I'm going to create a YouTube training, and I want to create this training for my mom, my lovely mother, who has 3 Facebook friends, for an online health coach who's been online growing the business for 2 years, or to someone who has 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, then the training that I'm going to create is going to be completely different depending on who I'm teaching. And this really all comes back to my content, what I'm going to create. It's going to be different but depending on the context. And this is the context. Who am I speaking to? What problem do they want solved? And how do they want me to deliver it? And another thing that coaches say, and before we go on, does this make sense for you guys? Like, are you like, OMG, like, this is what's been missing in my business? Like, are there some light bulbs happening right now? Because I see some of you guys like, yes, yes, yes. I love it. So many coaches say, if I don't talk about my products, then how am I going to make sales? So similar to like, I need to post more. And so they think that more pitching is going to equal more dollar bills. But think about it. When you're paying attention on social media to your own buying strategies, what do? Who would you rather buy from? Person A, who's consistently and constantly pitching, treating social media like it's Amazon.com, and ending every single post in 3 spots left. I lovingly say that because we've all done it, right? Or person B, who shares consistent value, answers questions on live video, engages with their audience, shares their story, and then like maybe even invites you to a free masterclass, right? That person who's showing up with value. So what compels you to buy? And this is a question that I've asked all my students. What compels you to buy? Because sometimes we get in our own heads and we're like, why isn't everyone buying my stuff? And it's like, people don't know what you know. So you've got to show up on social media and start sharing valuable content, and now you understand when people say valuable content, that's not like, it's usually not explained, but now you understand that valuable content requires that context, right? So what compels you to buy? Because here's the thing, marketing is like dating. Marketing is like dating. And so many people online are trying to like propose on the first date, right? The DMs, the inbox messages, they go right for the kill. Because business is about relationships. You cannot have a business without building relationships. So you have to do that before ever asking for the sale, right? And you want to be able to create that curiosity. So it doesn't matter if you have a product partner that you're with, a network marketing company, if you have your own services, courses, programs, you have to create that curiosity first. You have to give something before you ask, and that's the law of reciprocity. When you give something, people want to give back. They want to work with you. Like, how do I sign up? And that's what when I'm creating curiosity online and giving people things that they can quickly implement, they're like, wow, that was amazing. How can we continue working together? Right? And here's just one example of one of my amazing students, Justine. She had 84 people reach out to her in 4 weeks when she started implementing this exact 4-step process and stopped sending hey girl messages. Like, she had 84 people reach out to her in a matter of 4 weeks because she nailed down her niche and stopped wasting her time in her inbox. So this is organic marketing stuff, and it takes a little more effort than just sending, copy and paste, but it is so worth it because you're going to feel more aligned and more authentic and more like the real you when you're showing up. So many coaches say, I don't know what to post. I don't have anything to share, but it's not a lack of ideas. Like, the lack of ideas is not the problem. It's not a creativity problem. It's a lack of clarity in your niche, in your ideal client avatar, and in your brand message, in your story. Right? So without creating valuable content online, potential clients have no way to vet you. They don't get to see a little sneak peek of what it's like working with you. Without valuable content, generating sales requires a lot more effort. And I'm pretty sure that you're here because you'd like to, not that you're trying to get rich quick, you're just like, I would like this to feel a little bit less like carrying 453 bricks up a mountain. Like, I just feel like maybe this could be a little bit more easy and fun with less burnout, right? Yeah, amazing. And you miss the opportunity to connect with your audience if you're not showing up with valuable content. So I want you to do a quick, just in your head, if you were looking at your social media platforms, if the way that you've been showing up on social media online, would you hire yourself? Would you hire yourself? Right? And if the answer is, no, I'd probably hire that other person who's a health coach, or that other person who's a business coach, or branding coach, or relationship coach. This is not about beating yourself up in the comparison game. It's just about really giving yourself an honest look at how you've been showing up. So once you know your starting point, you can say, all right, no guilt, no shame, no beating myself up. This is where I am today. And this is what you want to see. Yes, that is an ice cream truck driving by. Like, really, ice cream truck, bro? Come at me, right? Right, but would you hire yourself? So you really want to give yourself that audit. And then you have a great starting place. I would at least follow myself, Kimberly says. Sarah said, no, I spend too much time in the masculine energy. Help, girl. I feel you. You're not alone in that. That's a big thing, the masculine energy. So when you start really speaking to your audience, they are going to start saying, oh my God, it is like you are in my head. I needed to hear this today. Like, how did you know? And Kristen, she started pitching to her niche, and now her tribe is like, she's in massive creative flow. She has so much fun connecting with these ladies. It's people who get her, and she started getting referrals. She was like, I never got referrals before. This is so insane. So without clarity in this 4-part framework, you're leaving money on the table. Like, that $100 bill right there, that's your money. That's your money, leaving it on the table. Because people don't know who you are and how they can work with you. So a lack of an effective social media strategy typically results in stress, money objections, and the sound of crickets, a nice symphony of crickets, due to lack of brand awareness. People can't buy from you if they don't know you exist and they don't have clarity around the problem that you solve. So realize that what you've done so far, give yourself a pat on the back and be like, you know what? I'm proud of you. Like, put your hand on your heart and say, I am proud of you. Because we don't do that enough, right? And realize that what got you here won't get you there. So what you've done up until this point has been amazing. You've shown up for your business, but now you're going to need the next level stuff so that you can get to that next level in your business, right? Because here's the thing, we all have blind spots. There are things that we know, and then there are things we don't know we don't know. And the things we don't know we don't know, we don't know we don't know them. So it's like pushing up against a wall, going, I don't know why I can't figure this out. And then there's like a door frame next to you because you just didn't see it. Sometimes once you see it, you're like, that was so obvious. How did I miss it? Right? Those are blind spots. And here's what happens. What happens if you are 1 degree off course on a flight from LAX to Dublin? If you are just 1 degree off course on that flight, by the time you get or almost get to Dublin, you end up almost 91 or 90 miles off course, away from your destination. So what happens if you're even just 1 degree off with your message, with your content? It is the difference between getting customers, business builders, cash flow, and, I don't know, ending up spinning your wheels, feeling stuck, not knowing what the heck's happening in your business. Jackie said, grr, crickets, I get all the crickets. Yep, Kimberly says crickets. So I want to help you guys with that. So really ask yourself right now, what are your biggest blind spots? Maybe a few that you got some clarity around just in the last 60 minutes. Because if you can get this 4-part framework in place, if you get this 4-part, these systems and strategies in place in your business, what's possible? Like, what could you create? How much more confidently could you show up online, right? Yeah, so I'm not sure why you showed up today. Maybe you're frustrated that you're not making consistent sales. It could be that you are creating a more effective way to connect with your audience and make an impact. Or maybe you just heard how much fun we were going to have tonight and you were like, yeah, I think I want to go there. I've seen all the people Jen's helped clarify niche and expertise, so I think this could work. Or maybe you were just bored and you wanted to hang out. So utilizing this 4-part framework can truly transform your business. And if you're still here, I believe that you have what it takes to build a profitable coaching business, and this is something that you can get started with right now. So remember, nothing that I shared with you here today is theory or fluff or might work. This is exactly what I've personally done in 2 businesses, in my business coaching business and in my health coaching business. And I've helped hundreds of students nail down their niche, craft their story, and sell authentically on social media. And it doesn't matter if you're brand new to online marketing or if you've been in the coaching industry for years, it's all about baby steps and taking action right now. Yes, so what would be possible, and really think about this, what would be possible if you could end the squirrel brain where you're like, I have all these ideas, so I don't know where to start, right? We all go through those times. What would happen if you could end squirrel brain and start sharing your message with clarity and confidence? If you could speak directly to the minds, hearts, and wallets of your ideal buyer and have new customers and clients coming to you daily and build authority online so that you don't have to hustle from your inbox. Like, bye-bye cold messaging, you don't ever need to do it again, right? So that you can really start showing up in service and increase your influence, your income, and your impact. So if there's one thing to take away, it's that cracking the code on effectively sharing value to your ideal buyer on social media, what it's done for me, it's literally changed my world and the world of my students, and it is such a duplicatable, replicatable system that you can apply, as proven by my students, and it can literally transform your entire business. So obviously the question here is, how can you start applying this system for leveraging the power of social media to your personal brand? So you have a choice. Option A, you can be like burnt out Ariel, hustler Ariel, and waste time posting 3 to 5 times a day, hitting refresh on your inbox and wondering why people are like, girl, I'm so inspired by you, but they're not buying from you. They keep saying they're inspired, but they're not buying, right? Or option B, you can attract dream customers, sell with ease, and make bank in your business. So, what is Pitch to Your Niche? This is my step-by-step training program that helps you narrow down your niche, clarify your message, and create content that attracts ideal buyers reaching out to you with credit cards in hand. And this program is designed to take your personal brand from crickets, symphony of crickets, to confidence, customers, clients, cash flow, no missing steps, no confusion, like real deal. And what is it? Pitch Your Niche. It's a step-by-step training program so that you can start getting these things in place right now. As soon as you get signed up, you get 24/7 instant and lifetime access, including updates, step-by-step, along with bonus coaching videos of me walking other people through their niche and getting clarity in their messaging. So I want you to close your eyes if you can for a second and just think about this. What would it feel like to have confidence in your message, to have new customers reaching out to you, to know what to say on live video, to get those notes of gratitude in your inbox, people like, you changed my life, to sell on social media without selling, without feeling icky. So Pitch to Your Niche, this is a 4-step content creation system guaranteed to attract dream customers to your digital doorstep daily. All you have to do is follow the steps, and let me show you, this is what you're going to learn. Module 1, you claim your expertise and become the go-to coach that everybody's talking about. So just be ready, like your ears are going to be ringing off the hook. Module 2 is nail down your niche, feel clear and focused, and finally attract your dream client like a fridge magnet, like falling in love. Module 3, master the power of story, your 6-figure story, and create a message that connects on a deep sea level. And Module 4, create refreshing new social media content that feels like the real you. I had a mullet when I was younger, so mullet and all, and become charm necklace besties with your tribe. So inside the program, you get membership login, so exclusive access to all of the training content, cheat sheets. You get instant lifetime access, including updates, the VIP Facebook community. So we get to all hang out together, connect, mastermind, and you get to get support from other high-level coaches, Q&A live streams with me to get your biggest questions answered. So for those of you who are asking, I saw Sarah just said you offer one-on-one help. This is the best way to get me looking at your business. And exclusive bonus content. So IGTV Like a Boss Masterclass, the IG Stories app cheat sheet. So I'm going to show you all my favorite app recommendations. I'm going to give you live niche coaching examples so you can watch me coach previous clients through uncovering their niche, their expertise, their ideal client avatar. And I'm going to give you my entire mini course, Become a Content Repurposing Machine. So this is literally screen flows of my exact process of how I take all of my live videos and turn them into podcasts, YouTube videos, and blog posts. And I'm going to give you my Design Your Business Vision Masterclass so that you can really start to look inward and focus on your highest desires and build a business from the inside out. Leah said, I have got to get away from the horrible hey girl method and massive amounts of messaging at once. Heather said, I need this. Yes, ladies, I got you. So you could continue to do what you're doing, which if you're here, probably isn't working the way that you'd like it to. You could take this masterclass and get really great results just from what you learned tonight. But potentially, DIYing some strategies. There's a lot more coming for you. So I don't want this to cost you thousands in time, energy, and lost customers. And my mastermind group coaching is over $15K. So this course investment, it's not $15K, it's not $5K. You can get the entire system right now for just $497. And I'm giving you my 100% satisfaction 30-day guarantee. So you've got an ironclad guarantee that wipes all risk off the decision like a bounty clicker picker-upper. So if you do the work and get nada out of the program in the first 30 days, you get your money back, right? So there's no fiery coals to walk across, no conditions to dance around. You do the work. If it doesn't work, you get your money back. And somebody like Justine, we talked about her a little bit before, but she was working harder in her network marketing company. She was in it for 2 years and was just totally plateaued. And she asked herself a really important question that I want you to ask yourself right now. Where are you going to be in the next 15 years if you continue to do the same things you're doing right now? So she made a leap of faith. She trusted her gut And she says, let me tell you, it was the best decision of my life. I figured out my niche and I'm able to gear all of my content now to one person. Or Sarah, she's not sent a single cold message and is building genuine relationships instead. Right? I'm so happy that I stopped telling myself I'm not an expert to create programs. I finally feel like I know where I'm going with my life and business, and I haven't even sent a single cold message for my network marketing company. Instead, I've built genuine relationships with my downline and social media friends. She says, I'm honestly still shocked that people are this excited for my group. And Erin, she says, I got out of hustle and into alignment, and my income has more than tripled. The best thing, I learned how to make sales feel soulful and not icky. You know, no more sending cold messages all day long, praying for someone to respond. Nikki, she doubled her monthly salary. Within 2 weeks, she signed her first 2 clients and doubled her salary as a teacher. We've got Olivia. She completely rebranded herself, launched a program, launched a podcast, co-authored a journal. She says, working with Gem is a game changer, and I know it will be for you too. And Jacqueline, who has people coming to her, she says, I niched down finally. And instead of being a generic health coach and wellness coach and helping people lose weight with clean eating, I niched down. I found my specific slice of people that I can work with, people who get me. I went from the awkward, hey girl, direct messages to attraction marketing. Now people come to me instead of me begging people to play. So here's what you get inside. And yes, there is a payment plan. So you can get started today for $273. It's a 2 payment plan. And also, I want you guys to see that right now, in the next 10 minutes, if you get enrolled right now, you will get the IGTV Like a Boss workshop masterclass. We're going to be doing that together live. And if you enroll in the next 24 hours, you will get the IG stories that sell. So it is a super fun little training where I'm going to show you the exact apps that you can use to really make your stories pop on Instagram. So what are you guys more excited about? IGTV Like a Boss or IG stories that stop the swipe? A or B? Yes, you're like, I literally dread hey girl messages. They don't feel authentic in the least. So excited to learn all of these things tonight. Yes, so this sounds awesome. Is it more for making sales and network marketing, or could it work for recruitment? Andrea, this stuff could work for anything. Because I'm teaching you guys to niche down, I niche down a lot of the stuff that I talked about in this webinar to ladies in network marketing. That said, this is the foundational stuff that I teach to all of my coaching clients, regardless if they are with a network marketing company, if they have branded partners that they're with, or if they're creating their own courses, products, services, programs. Yeah, so this is really all about attraction marketing and having people come to you. So for those of you guys, this was gold. Have you done this course for network marketers that are not health coaches? Yes, I have. I've worked with some ladies who are in doTERRA, several ladies who are in, Rodan and Fields. So this can definitely work if you are with another network marketing company, especially in the wellness space, for sure. And some of the ladies that I shared with you guys tonight, they are with other companies. They are like relationship coaches, branding coaches. So absolutely, you guys, this will benefit you as well. And I'm here to do some Q&A for you. If you have any questions about this program, about the content that we talked about tonight, let me know. And I am here to fill you guys in. Yeah, and I know for some of you, you're saying like this feels, this feels like, oh, it's, I'm not sure if I can afford it right now. And I just want to ask you, if you could sign 1 or 2 extra clients this month, would it be worth it to you? Like, to get these things in place, would it be worth it this week? Like, what's possible this month? What's possible if you got these things in place for your income for the next year, right? Like, I would love for you guys to really start thinking about the bigger picture of your ROI. Because when I had $500 in my bank account or $1,000 in my bank account, I spent $500 on a course, and that was a huge, pivotal, game-changing point for me. And I'm not telling anybody, go in debt, put things, whatever. You've got to do what you've got to do, but just realize that, investing in it is an investment in yourself, so you can get that ROI. And if you don't get the ROI and you're not seeing changes, I'll give you your money back. So you really can't lose right now. And I do want to ask you too, it's like, if you're like, I don't have it right now, well, if you did have it, where would it come from? Right? I would love for you to come from a place of what's possible, right? Because it's like, it might feel like, oh, I'm not sure if I have it right now, but what is it costing you to not have these strategies in place? You know what I mean? So the rest of you, it's like, this might feel like a big investment. It might feel like it seems like a no-brainer, or maybe both. So if you were to DIY it, you could hire somebody for a few $1,000s, continue to DIY it, and potentially get lost revenue, lost time away from your friends and family. The energy of not knowing exactly what to do, or of trying to piece it all together yourself, all while wondering if you've even figured it out because you don't know your blind spots, right? Yes, I love it. People like no brainer. So good. And I love it. I love it. I'm already seeing some people getting signed up. Yay. I'm so excited for you guys. So what is the best way to share your story or announce your niche? That's something that we definitely talk about more in depth in the program, but you can just start doing it, start pivoting. Start clarifying your message for sure. Melissa said, what are your thoughts about going live on Facebook to share your story versus doing it in a series of posts with photos? I would say do both. Why not, right? You're letting people have additional opportunities to connect with you in different ways. So I think that's great. And if you're doing live video already, you're already ahead of the game. Marissa said, how much of the course is interactive? I feel like I need some guidance in finding my niche, which direction to take my business. Yes. So inside the course, you're going to have the Facebook group. All of the content is laid out for you, so you can dive in tonight and just start diving into the content immediately and start getting clarity around that. And then inside the Facebook group, we're all going to be chatting in there together. I'm going to be popping in there. My team's going to be in there to support you. And I'm going to be going live inside there to give you guys some clarity in case you do get stuck, which I don't really think is going to happen a whole lot because you've got some great coaching examples inside the program as well that you'll be able to watch and learn from those. But when I go live, you guys can interact with me and answer questions. Does your expertise have to be something that you've personally overcome? That's a really good question, Crystal. I see a lot of people having it where it's something that they've personally overcome. But then I remember one of the girls I worked with, she really wanted to work with, she's a health coach. She wanted to work with people who were like 50 plus who had been diabetic because that was what her mom had gone through. And so usually the stuff that we want to coach around is something that we've experienced. And so we feel really called to speak on it. That said, it could also be something that's related to somebody in your life or family. Heather said, I feel like it's worth it. Yes, girl. Sylvia said it was definitely worth it and knowledge. Erica said, I may have missed this. How does the process build your cold market on Facebook if you're not doing the icky random friend requests or messages? How do you get yourself out there in the Facebook world if you don't have much of a start? That's a good question. Those are some strategies that we teach inside the program, and we go a lot deeper in how to start leveraging that from an organic standpoint. You're so welcome, Kimberly. Yeah, so Lauren said, will this be open for a while, offered in the near future? So we are going to be closing the cart early next week. So if you are ready to do this, jump in right now. Jump in right now. Let's do it. Let's get you started, because as this grows, right now you're going to be in a great spot. This is the first masterclass for this one. So you have my attention inside the group more so than you will in, the next time that the cart opens for this program. Yeah. What other questions do you guys have? And I want to say thank you guys so much for being on tonight. I so appreciate you being here. This has been so much fun. Yes. Woohoo! Adrian is in! Yeah, and my amazing, my homegirl, Gina, is part of my team. She's on right now, and she is giving you guys links in case you need it. Yes, so we are going to be closing the, enrollment is going to end on the 2nd. I'm so awesome, funny, and witty. Thank you. Will it be? Yes. Linda, I will see you in July 1st. Melanie said, why you versus other attraction marketing coaches? Good question, Melanie. Well, hopefully you got some insight tonight on what I'm about and the way that I show up and teach. And if it resonated for you, then I would definitely say that this is the right course for you. I'm not sure what other people you're looking into or specifics about your business, but if you are looking to grow an online business and you are in the health, wellness, life field, and you have a service or product-based business, then this would be absolutely perfect for you. I've worked with hundreds of coaching clients. I've built successful businesses, 2 successful businesses myself. So I've got a lot of experience in this, and this 4-step framework has been tested and proven to work with hundreds of students. So hopefully that answers your question. Kimberly said, how quickly do your clients make their investment back? I know it varies, but ballpark. It definitely varies, Kimberly, because there's some ladies who are in network marketing who maybe get a $30 commission for every sale they make, whereas some of my other students have their own products, programs, and services, and so maybe they will sign one client and they have a $2,000 package. So obviously in 2 seconds and with one client, they make their ROI. Whereas, depending on the company that you're with and how your bonuses work and how all of that's structured, it just depends. But I can tell you that people start, as soon as they start implementing these pieces, they start to see a huge shift in engagement in their social media interaction. They start getting people reaching out to them saying, oh my gosh, it's like you're in my head. It's like you're speaking directly to me. And they start feeling more confident in who they are and how they're showing up online. And all of these things right now, if you haven't been doing any of this stuff before, you might not have as quickly of an ROI depending on how big your audience is. I had a student who was a social media manager previously for a fitness company, and she started implementing these things and launched a course and made $18,000 organically, without any paid ads, without a webinar, without anything, with just showing up on social media, on live video. For her, she had an audience to start who was ready to buy from her. Whereas other people, they may be coming in with nothing. And so for them, it might take a little bit more time to build that know, like, and trust with their audience. So I would love to hear more about your specific business. But like I said, if this doesn't work for you, I'll give you a full refund. Zita said, just enrolled, woohoo! So excited. Marissa, you can just click on the link that Gina shared. Marissa is signed up. Amazing. I am so excited to work with you ladies. Melanie set up in network marketing, health and wellness, found you through Stacey. I love Stacey Tushel. So good. Any other quick questions, you guys? So the fast acting bonus for the IGTV Like a Boss is done. So if you jumped in already, I'll be letting you know, and I will be looping you in so that we can do that workshop probably next week. So I'm excited. I'm so honored to be working with you, amazing ladies. If you have any other additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me and the team at support@heyjencasey.com, and we would be happy to answer any of your questions. If you're kind of on the fence right now, we're happy to give you our honest opinion about whether or not this would be the right fit for you. So definitely reach out to us, and I want to thank you guys again for being here tonight. If you had some big ahas, please let me know. I love to hear from you. You can hop over inside the Facebook group, Online Coaches Manifest and Monetize on Facebook, and go to heyjencasey.com/group and come connect with us. And for those of you who have joined the program, I want to say a huge thank you and welcome. I am so freaking pumped to work with you. This is going to be such an incredible experience, and I can't wait to see all of your amazing results. So thank you guys so, so much. I appreciate you. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can even DM me over on my business page or shoot over an email to support@heyjencasey.com, and we can chat to see whether or not it would be a good fit. Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, and I hope that you have an amazing night.